Okay, sorry about that. My computer just glitched and shut down and restarted. So, um, maybe time to invest in a new computer. I don't want to invest in an entirely new setup, but because I like the setup I have, but definitely maybe time to upgrade some hardware for sure. You know what? All the more incentive to get another payout. Get get another payout and buy a new desktop. So we got a new 4 hour candle coming up here in about 14 minutes. Guess we can see what that brings. Maybe it'll bring some more buying. I think with that looming and coming up, um, we have gone two up on let's look at the 4 hour. We've gone two up on the 4 hour. Like I said, I'm looking for a push into this area, but I'm gonna take some more profit off the table and sell another micro. I can hear my buddy RJ now. He hates micros with a passion. He said, if you're gonna trade, just trade. Oh man, cracks me up. Um, but with that said, I can't tell you how many times that I've blown accounts because I went too heavy um when I shouldn't have. So there's that. So pros and cons, pros and cons. By the way, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I gotta tell you though, it's disheartening sometimes to see some stream. I'm not gonna name any names, but it's just disheartening sometimes to see streamers that cause issues and they have like 34, 3,500 subscribers, and I try to always be positive, and I've got 200 less than 250. So I don't know. It's just wild. It's just wild. And if any of you are like super versed in OBS, uh, feel free to hit me up because I need some pointers and I need some help um, with um, making the channel like a little slicker, I guess. I'm just not I'm just not real good at like um working around OBS and making things look slick. So I need like I need to work on intro, out outtake, uh just just some things to make the channel look a little more professional, I guess. So I just know how to trade. I don't really know, and it's taken me, you know, well, it's taken me 18 months roughly on futures. Took over a year, or well, over 3 years almost for options, but um and I feel like learning to trade futures has helped me become a better options trader, if that makes sense. But yeah, so anyway, glad I took a little off the table there on that new, just kind of waiting on the new 4 hour candle. We really are, if you look at the 4 hour, we are definitely consolidating here, um, in a fairly tight range, on the 4 hour or so. I try to get a little more consistent with streaming. Like I said, I was off. I mean, I took a real vacation for the first time in 5 years. Um, so it felt good. It it really felt good. Just I had almost a solid week just to relax and enjoy some live music and just eat some good food and be in a nice dry climate. uh, I live in the south, so we have a high humidity. Um, and I really do feel a lot better in a dry climate. Um, so anyway, but it just nonetheless it felt really great to actual take an actual vacation. So if you look at the hour chart here, you can see now they've left this long wick. And if you look at the strat, um, you can kind of see more or less that this may be um, a broadening formation here. So hopefully not. Um, but it could be the beginning of what the strat will call a TTO. So, and TTO just stands for triangle they out. It's something that Rob Smith came up with as part of the strat, and it basically means a reversal on a smaller time frame. Not to brag, but I've gotten fairly good at recognizing them. You sit here and you watch price long enough, you're you're definitely going to notice things. Yeah, I'm glad I took off I'm glad I took off most of that. Um, yeah, they it definitely looks like a TTO to me. I'm gonna close this. Even though I think this is just a minor pullback. Um yeah, even though I think this is just a minor pullback here, in the grand scheme of things, um I mean, they certainly could, because now, excuse me, because now this for the current 4 hour candle. Let me show you this one, but there's not so many lines in there. So this current 4 hour candle right here, so you can see the broadening formation now on this. But this current 4 hour candle now almost is turning into a doji. But you can see we're still in this huge mother bar range. So, I mean, overall, on the day, we've technically gone two up. However, what could potentially start happening is, being that price is sitting on previous day's liquidity. And what I mean by that is the body here of this candle. So from Thursday's um from Thursday's liquidity, which is where uh the majority of the transactions take place, which is the body of the candle, right? Um since we're coming back into that range, if they want to turn this into what the strat will call a failed two or a two up red day, and they start, sellers start taking control, then we could come to test all this liquidity back here at 19244. So just kind of have to see. That's why I've only left one micro running. And I'll probably put my stop somewhere around here, about 40 points lower. That way, if price really does start reversing, it's not going to gonna really negatively affect me too much in the grand scheme of things. So we'll just have to see if they continue to buy it here on the new 4 hour and push us all the way back up in here to the 19605, or are they on the new 4 hour candle? Are they going to reverse price and come down here and test about 100 points lower? So I don't know. I mean, no one knows that I know of. I mean, if you guys know, let me know. Oh gosh. Uh oh man. But anyway, nonetheless, we'll just have to see what price does, right? That's kind of the beauty of it. But new 4 hour candle opening here. Right now we're opening above. You can see here if I zoom in, right now we're opening above that last 4 hour candle. But again, that last 4 hour candle was a doji almost slash shooter. So are they going to come up here and test this liquidity at 467? Or are they going to drop us below this liquidity here at 441 and come all the way down here to 409? I don't know. Um I I'm willing to play the waiting game and find out, because too many times I have made the mistake of playing this long, and then they bring it back and play it, try to play it short, and you just get chopped up in here. So I'm just gonna play the waiting game and see. I've made some decent profits tonight. From earlier in the night, and I really don't want to give it back. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, my goal, my immediate goal right now is to get these 100, the two 150s and the 100K at Apex passed, so I can get those accounts activated on that $85 lifetime fee, because it's a heck of a deal. A heck of a deal. Like I said, I prefer it over any kind of 90% off deal, because you know, I mean, if you're playing the long game, an $85 lifetime deal, one time payment, it's outstanding, right? So there you go. And then the goal past that would be to get that Top Step account passed, and go from there on that one. So, yeah. But I mean, you see why I didn't want to go short right there, because I really couldn't see a reason to go short. But with a doji, you kind of gotta. I mean, well, technically, you can play both sides of the liquidity. Yes, I've taken payouts. It's just been a while since I've gotten a payout. Do I normally watch trading volume? I do not. I do not. I only watch. Well, I mean, I trade the strat that was created by Rob Smith, and I learned a lot from Rob, but also learned a lot from Sarah Strat Sniper. So, um, yeah. So no, I don't. I don't watch any. I don't watch any indicators. Doji needs to rectify. Yes, correct. Yeah, it does. Because you just don't know which way they're gonna take it, right? Because the volume has. Uh, so with the strat, there's an uh not a doji, but a an outside bar, or a three. Some people call it an engulfing candle. So, and it's basically a fight, right? Between buyers and sellers, kind of like it is with an inside bar. You just don't know which way it's going to break, right? So, you know, now see they're kind of coming back here down. So they pushed it up a little bit, but now they may come back and test this liquidity here at 442. I don't know. I mean, that's why I have learned from experience, when it comes to dojis, to be a little more patient, um and just kind of see where they want to take price, because I don't know where they're going to take price. Now, with that said, if we break higher and continue to break higher, uh, then I would look for price to come up here to 19466. If sellers come in, and then I would look for price to come down here to 414. So I don't know. I mean, I can't really see a reason to be short. Uh, this created a higher high on the previous 4 hour. If you go to the day, we're technically two up. However, like I said, uh, because price right now is playing with Thursday's volume and slash liquidity, here at the top of the previous day, they very well could bring price all the way back down through and touch, a couple 100 points lower. I don't know. I mean, it's just it remains to be seen about where they're going to take price. How far back do I look at trends to predict future? Man, I've been, sometimes I'll go back weeks. I mean, right here, look at this is previous month right here, 8/16, so almost a month ago. I had a line drawn right there, and where I got that was, if you go back on the daily, on Friday, the 16th of August, you'll see the high and low. I'm pretty sure that would have been a weekly candle that I drew that line on. No, it's blue, so it would have been a daily. I just didn't. I just didn't. So I do the orange in week for weeks and the blue for days, and um, I'm pretty sure it would have been when we were opening on a Sunday, and I just had drawn the Friday, previous Friday high and low. Because I like playing Sundays. Sundays open generally. Kind of funny though, we're back at price that was created for over a month ago, right? So I'm gonna take one short right here. Actually two. So going in 2 micros here if I can get filled. Um, there we go. So I'm gonna take 2 micros short here in this rhythmic account. Actually, I think I got filled on 3. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my stop loss. Oh, not what I wanted to do. I'm going to place the stop loss here at 446. So just kind of a little bit of a scalp, I guess. Just because they're bringing price down to touch that liquidity on the previous 4-hour doji. They certainly could bring price back up above it. I don't know, but I'm willing to risk a couple micros on that. I didn't use any indicator. None. Nope. I don't use indicators. I simply look at high low close and where most of the volume transacted or took place. I don't really pay too much attention to news. Um, and here's the reason: the chart will give you a clue long before the news ever will. And you may think I'm wrong about that, but just pay attention to it. All right, so those three micros are up $50. I'm going to take two of them off. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the stop. Put the stop right there. That way, if I get stopped out on two, I'll have a runner. I'm tempted to close this other one, but I think I will actually. Uh, price action's your clue. Just like I said right here, that it looked like a what the strat will call a TTO, or triangle they out. That was my clue right there. That they may bring price a little bit lower. Um, but being that was a doji, I wasn't 100% sure. Um, but this is a 4-hour chart, and your NQ's delayed. Why? I mean, like, why don't you have real time data? It's not that expensive. So if you look at a smaller time frame, so TTO, like I said, is triangle day out, um, which indicates a reversal on a lower time frame. I have learned to read price on a larger time frame. Um, oh, okay, Bruce, that makes sense. Yeah, I've never traded forex, so I've only ever traded options and futures. So yeah, makes sense. Um, with that said, I would encourage you to get some real time data on futures. But anyway, nonetheless, let's get back to what I was saying. So triangle they out almost creates like a broadening formation on a smaller time frame, and here you can see it, right? So and it creates a reversal on a smaller time frame. So I've just learned to reprice on a larger time frame, and I it took me many months, um, and almost a year to be able to do that. But I don't know. It's just I guess it's just sort of a unique way of looking at it, right? Um, so there you go. But yeah, so smaller time frame reversal is basically what a TTO will show you on a larger time frame. And here you can see on the smaller time frame that yes, we manipulated lower. Um, Cascade, yes, the strat has its own terminology, and uh, it's kind of a language all its own. The beauty of it is, once you learn it, you could listen to me talk and know exactly what's happening with price and in the chart without ever even looking at the chart. Honestly. um so let and in fact, I'll explain it to you. Well, some of it. So this, if you look at the previous 30-minute candle, it took out both sides of the previous range, right? It took out both sides of that previous candle. They manipulated lower, they brought price all the way up, and then manipulated all the way back down. So when a candle takes out both sides of the previous range, it's a 3 or an outside candle because it took out both sides, or some people call it an engulfing candle. The strat calls it a 3 or outside candle. Now, what happens is from a 3, you get uh then you get a couple possibilities. And that is you can get a 2 up, which is bullish. You can get an back inside candle, which would be inside of this range. That would indicate indecision as far as bulls and bears. They're fighting each other. And you'll get chopped up in that. Or you get a 2 down, which in this case is exactly what happened. We got a 2 down. So the bears are in control of this 30-minute candle. They were in control pretty much of the previous candle as well. Now, on the new 4-hour candle, or on the daily, like I said, if we started coming back through this previous range in liquidity and they start bringing price down below it, I would look for initially this target here at 19,374, which is from the 30th. That is that wick, the bottom of that wick. And also here from the liquidity here at 19,415. Yes, absolutely, the day's still green. It is. That's what I was saying. They, you know, we've gone 2 up on the day, 2 up green as the strat would call it. However, we are coming through the top of the previous day's volume. So it could turn into a 2 up red day, or what the strat will call a failed 2. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to turn it into a 2 up red. But I do know that that liquidity there from Thursday is obviously important. We are in this mother bar range here from on Tuesday. So we're stuck really in this price action range here from Tuesday. So if you wanted to draw a fib, I think I started to do this earlier and got sidetracked. If you want to draw a fib from that to that, now you can see where your 50% is, which is 19,297 ish, and you can see where price may go to. I'm not gonna say it is gonna go there, but it's definitely a possibility. If you look at ES, maybe I did draw it over there. Same. We're stuck in this mother bar range here from Tuesday. I don't know what happened on the 3rd. I left on Wednesday to go on vacation, so I probably didn't pay too much attention to it. But your 50% here would be 55.93. So I don't know if they're gonna bring price down there or not. I have no idea. Kind of weird. kind of interesting. We touched the 618 fib from that day. We've touched it tonight, but they didn't bring price above it. All right, well, I need to get off here because it's 1:30 in the morning, and I need to do some things before I go to bed. But appreciate you guys tuning in, and if you feel inclined, my Apex code is Blues Trade, so that'll get you 80% off. Um, plus the 1 day to pass if you happen to pass the the challenge within 1 day. You don't have to pass it within 1 day, but um, and then the $85 lifetime fee. So it's really a fantastic deal, and so yeah, please feel free to use my code. So all right, I'm gonna get off here. I will. I may get on stream sometime tomorrow during the day. We'll see. If not, then I will catch you guys on Sunday evening whenever futures market opens on Sunday. So have a good night.